Hello, I'm Pete Joya, Vice President and Economist for CBIA. Recently, I was at the National Association for Business Economics annual conference in Denver, Colorado. This conference had top speakers from all over the country and many international speakers talk about the economy. One thing they all had in common was almost all of them have downgraded their forecast for 2010 and 2011 since they last met in the spring of 2010. The overall association is now saying growth is likely over the next year at 2.6 rather than 3.2%, and they're all seeing added concerns about job creation. Some of the things that they pointed out as challenges were certainly the slowdown in consumer spending and consumers still being over-leveraged, the continued difficulties in things such as the housing market, problems not only in U.S. markets but also overseas in terms of demand, and certainly uncertainty that's come into play, which is probably affecting business decision makers with things that have come into bear such as the healthcare reform, the financial services reform, and the inaction on the Bush-era tax cuts. All of those were mentioned by several speakers as perhaps being something that's a drag on job creation and growth. In addition, there was a great deal of concern over sovereign debt, particularly what is happening in Europe, that not only are there continuing problems in Greece and Spain, but also in Ireland, Portugal, and other countries. And there's concern that that could lead to a potential future crisis and bears close watching. There was also commentary on the growing demand for energy in the emerging markets and really the growing economic power of the emerging markets vis-a-vis the traditional developed countries in the world. So overall, the forecast was that we would see some moderate growth through 2010 and 2011, perhaps a pickup that's a little bit more sustainable in 2012 to 2013, but there still are risks out there, and the overall forecast is, yes, the economy is in recovery, yes, the recovery will continue, but right now it's at a pretty tepid pace. That's the news from Denver and NABE. From Pete Joya, CBIA.